Hello, everybody. I am Samuel 15 the Dragon Tamer today, and today we're doing yet uh, another deck profile and interview with say your name, dude, again.
Rishwyn,
Rishwyn Singh.
Rishwyn Singh, that's right.
Okay, sorry. I just I know you told me earlier before we even began, but like I said before, I'm really bad with names. So yeah.
It's all good.
All right. So let's see. So yeah, he's been generous enough to lend us his list for today, and thanks to him. And he's gonna answer some questions I have for him. And first things first, I wanna uh, ask you is why did you decide to go to Arizona? And why did you decide to play? Not why you want, not why you went to Arizona, but why did you decide to play this Night March deck in Arizona?
All right. Well, first of all, I was actually deciding between two decks: YZG, Yveltal Zark Gallade,
Yep.
and Night March. Those are the two decks I have built. So, I like YZG. I like because I like the deck very much because for me, when I play games, I do have like say 45 to 50-ish% of getting a Maxis turn one. For me, my favorite Pokemon is Gallade. I've been liking Gallade ever since Gardevoir Gallade, was popular.
Uh,
So, that Gallade's my favorite. But then on the other hand, I had a Night March built, and it was like, I played Night March for standard before Breakpoint, and I like Night March, and I was comfortable with it. So, and I decided to give it a try for Arizona States, and I just switched out a few cards, and just right before I went to bed, the night before the tournament, I just decided to play Night March.
Nice. So, all right. So now walk us through your Arizona tournament. What did you play against round one?
Round one, I played Christy Brighton with Seismitoad Hammers.
Wow, she's pretty good.
She's a very good player. You can just tell by past performance. Made top 8 nationals, and she's a great player.
Yeah.
Game one, wow. Game one, I got crushed. Well, I did take I came down to like 2 prizes, but I didn't get all my DCs were gone by the time I did by the time I did my first shot. Like the first shot before I knocked out Toad. I couldn't knock out Toad. She discarded my DC, and that was pretty much in game one. Game two, I Lysandered her Shaman for the game. Game three, I got crushed. So it wasn't a really good matchup for me.
So you're starting the day with a loss already. That's pretty. That's never a good thing. But at the bright side, your first round loss was to a very good and world-renowned player in Christy Brighton. So that's gotta give you a little hope for your resistance at least if you manage to win out somehow. So what did you play in round two?
Round two, I played Trevenant Break.
Another bad matchup.
Gosh, but lucky for me, I started first. I did my thing, Bell Compressor, Trainer's Mail, trying to get the Night Marches in Discord, and and he goes at. But thankful for me, I had Lysander in hand. So played Ultra Ball Shaman the turn before, and he did an Ascension turn one, got on Trevenant. So the next turn, I Lysander and try to set up more, and I got the energies going on Pump Kaboom and started to attack, and with a Fury Belt, I believe, and I started to attack from there, and he scoops. Game two, he got a turn one volleys, and I was just screwed. I just had a low Joltik, can't do anything much. So I scooped game two and went a game three, and game three was pretty much the same as game one, so I took it 1-1.
Nice. So you managed to get a win against one of your worst matches, but like I've said before with many other Night March players, and I've done several reviews with a lot of Night March players already, it seems to be like whoever sits down and flips and wins the coin flip
Yeah.
will probably win the series. That's what it seems like to me.
But I feel so. Well, you see, for me, I think it's more matchup dependent. If you're gonna face something like Trevenant, and let's say you don't, I mean, obviously, you go to a tournament, you might not know the person, and you see him flip over like a phantom or two phantoms on the bench, one active, one on the bench. He plays a turn one volley, so you can actually. I mean, IMARCH players they like to go second. Well, I mean, well, that's one of your bad match when you get tournament volleys. So I kind of feel it's more of like 70, like say 60-40 on that rate.
So, yeah, that was your round 2 or 3 matchup.
That was a round two. The round two.
Okay, make sure. Sorry, long day. But
Not so.
yeah. Well, but what did you play in round 3?
Round three, I played a similar. It was a Trevenant deck again.
Oh, okay.
But this guy, he played Hoopas, he played B2 EX, he played a few other, Trevenant and Pokemon EXs. So all you need to do is just Lysander, VS Seeker back for the Lysander, and start killing EXs,
So was he playing Gengar in his list at all? Do you know?
No, he wasn't playing Gengar. He was playing Mewtwo EX, Hoopa, some other Pokemon, I can't remember.
That's interesting. So,
Shayman, obviously.
so I'm guessing you had a fairly easy matchup against him.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, like they took off your VS Seekers, but you with Trevenant, but like you just need to, use puzzle time early enough and get your license at the discarding pile, and you should be fine.
Yeah. Well, for me, I didn't really need the puzzle at time because he had I had Target Whistle in hand, so all I need to do is Lysander versus Seeker back to the Lysander, and I mean Lysander. I do that versus Lysander versus Seeker Lysander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't really Target Whistle, but once he had 3 Pokemon EXs in the bench, the first thing he would knock is a Shaman because he can just run away with it if you kill another Pokemon EX.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing I did is Lysander Shaman kill, then V-Seeker back to Lysander, killed a Hoopa, and then killed a Mewtwo EX, and that pretty much happened both games.
Alright. So you're 2-1 going into round 4. What did you play there?
Round 4?
No, round 3. My bad. Wait.
Round.
No, Wait, no, that was round 3. Yeah, round 4. I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, round 4. Okay. You want to know round 4?
Yeah, because. Yep, round 4.
I'm just saying. Never mind. Round 4. Wow. I played against Drew Connett.
Sounds familiar.
Drew Connett, yeah, he's from Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Man. Round 4, I played against Waylord. I played against Waylord round 4. But when we started, he started with a Bunnelby, and then he benches a Robosub, 2 Robosubs, passes for the turn.
Ooh.
I do my own thing. So my first guess, when I see Robosub, 2 Robosubs and a Bunnelby, I'm thinking he's playing Groudon. So that was my first guess. Second guess, the next turn he puts down. My turn, he passes. I go second. I do my own thing with Night March, and I knock out Bunnelby. I take 1 prize.
Mm-hmm.
And can't remember when this, but I got beaten up both games. I didn't really know how to play against a matchup, and it wasn't really good. I didn't actually feel like playing it, but I did take a few prizes. But yeah, I wasn't really comfortable playing, so I just wanted to might as well just scoop to it.
So you lost. So you lost to Waylord in round 4.
Round 4, I lost to Waylord round 4 because I didn't really test the matchup, and it was pretty bad, so couldn't really figure out if I figure my way around it. I could one-shot, but he's max potioning every turn, so it was tough for me to keep up both games.
So which do you play against in round 5?
Round 5, I played Yveltal, Garbodor, Gallade.
Hmm.
Yeah. So round 5, I managed to get that one. She had decent starts. Game 2, she had a better start. Game 1, I Lysandered out a few Pokemon, and then for a late game, I believe I killed a Shaman. And, I killed like a few baby Yveltals, a Shaman, and then 2 more other Pokemon. I can't remember. That was game 1. Game 2, the same, pretty much the same thing, but I killed a Shaman and target whistle Shaman for knockout. So had double kill on Shaman, and then a few other Pokemon. Can't really remember, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Usually it's just a somewhat decent matchup for a Voltol, but they're playing Garbodor, which makes their deck at least a little bit more clunky from what I've seen. So it seems like a slightly favorable matchup in your favor the Garbodor with them playing the Garbodor.
Well,
So,
I feel it's more in my favor because I'm playing a speed deck, right?
yeah.
So you can get Ultra Ball Shaman turn 1 setup. You can get like two Shamans. You don't. I mean, sometimes you don't really need the third one because if you get the second Shaman, if you have a good start, you could pretty much have control over the field. So playing against Yveltal Garbodor Gallade.
So 3-2 going into round 6. What did you play?
Round 6, played a friend of mine. He was playing Vespiquen, Raichu, Gallade. Okay, so game
That's
1.
weird. Well, that's kind of weird, honestly.
Well, I know, yeah, it's kind of weird, but I kind of like the idea, you know. But so game 1, we traded prizes, but I managed to get the last knockout on Shaman. Not last knockout. I killed a few Pokemon, and then I believe I got the last knockout on Shaman. That was game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, I knocked out like 1 or 2, I believe, and then he scoops because he told me he played a puzzle of time and he passes for the turn, and I think I continued to knock 1 Pokemon. He just scoops from there. And saying that most of my cards were priced, and yeah, there's nothing too much to do, so that was nonsense.
So that was round 6, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Alright. And when your final round, since in your final round and you have top 16 on the line, what did you play?
No, my final round was round 8, not 7. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was against Night March?
No. Round 7 was my second last. Round 8 was my last.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, it was an 8-round regional. So, oh, okay.
It was 8 round states.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Arizona was 8. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what did you play in round 7?
Round 7, I played Vespiquen Night March.
That's interesting. Thought the deck
Yeah.
was dead by now.
I played a player from Arizona too. Yeah, the deck is dead. Yeah, because at California States, I didn't actually see Vespiquen Night March being played. But I mean, Vespiquen being played in Night March. So.
Yeah. And in Arizona, I actually interviewed the guy who came second, which I probably should have up on YouTube by now for anyone who's watching this video in the future. But yeah, he was saying that he wasn't finding he didn't run into any Vespiquen at all, which is part of the reason why he did so well. So.
Well, which one? Which player are you talking about?
Can't think right now. My brain's all fogged up, but it was Hale Obernolte. I think that's how you pronounce it. He told me how to pronounce his name, but my brain's foggy.
Did he? I'm not too sure if he did play in Arizona.
But I was saying how he did well in California again, and how he didn't run into any Vespiquen there either.
Yeah, I asked a few players, 1 or 2 players, and they told me that Vespiquen is not really consistent with Night March. So, I mean, if you were to play a Night March variant, you won't want to play Vespiquen because sometimes Vespiquen's putting the Vespiquen in Night March could it could it gives you less consistent starts at times, and people rather go for a straight night march with consistency. Yeah, I mean it is good against Seismitoad, but people still prefer the night march because you run consistent with it rather than putting a 1/1 line, which is still okay putting the 1/1 line, but it's still a little bit inconsistent.
So, how did that matchup against Vespaquin Night March go?
Um,
Fairly, I'm guessing on your side, because you
yeah,
did fairly well.
yeah. I believe I Lysander Shaman for the last prize too. It's pretty much he killed, like, it was pretty much back and forth the prize exchange, but again I managed to get the last two prizes with Shaman. I think Lysander Shaman for kill.
Nice.
That was game one. Game two he didn't know. Game two was pretty much a 1-to-1 price change, but with him. I think with him whiffing the DC for one turn actually gave me an advantage to take the last one price because I don't think he benched a Shame in that game. It was pretty much Night March for knockout. Next turn I attach a DC Night March. Next turn he attaches DC Night March. Next turn I play down Shaman for 2 cards, attach DC Night March. Didn't get the Lysander, so game 2 is pretty much back and forth Night March press trades. And yeah, and I was fortunate enough to take the last prize with Night March.
Nice. So, okay, now this is your last round. I'm making sure I didn't mess up this time. So, what did you play in your final round with top 16 on the line?
Okay, so my final round, I played against Mega Manectric Jolteon Ho-Oh.
No. I would like to think that's a fairly favorable matchup for you because, because they're big. It's basically a big tri-space between their big EXs and your small Pokemon that just do massive amounts of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that matchup go?
So game one, he gets I believe a turn 3 Jolteon. Mm-hmm. I managed to take the first 2 prizes with Night March to kill Manectric, promotes a Jolteon. He takes the next 2 prizes. I could only get the knockout like turn 4, turn 5. Turn 4 he had a Jolteon swinging, and I kind of like passed a few turns before, and for me passed a few turns. So, but I'm sorry. I passed a few turns. For me to search out escape route because I need an escape route Lysander for me to kill Jolteon EX. So I had the escape route 1 or 2 turns after I passed, and he killed both my Night Marchers. So we were kind of even in the press exchange. So the moment I had the escape rope, I escape rope Lysander killed the Jolteon, so I went down to 2 prizes. And the following turn, he had a Mega. On the following turn, I believe he had a Ho-Ho. I kind of made a misplay the game 1 because I shouldn't have benched a Joltik because he could Lysander, kill Shaman, and Joltik could take 3 prizes and take game. Mm-hmm. So he took game, unfortunately. With that, 3 prize knockout with Ho-Oh. So in game 2, so game 2 he didn't really get the Jolteon going, and I managed to go from 6-4. Managed to like I told you, Lysander kill target. So I did target whistle his Hoopa. He discarded Hoopa though, so the Hoopa was pretty much my first prize. He knocked out my Night March. I probably another Night March, and I knocked out a Manectric EX, and I just Lysander Shaman for the game. That was game 2.
No.
And game 3, I managed to get the escape rope early this time. So all I did, he took the first prize with Jolteon. He switched Manectric from I think he retreated Manectric to Jolteon, started attacking with Flash Ray, and then I promote I believe I promoted Pokemon, discarded 2 more Night Marches to have 8 more in discard pile. He had a Fury Belt to touch a Jolteon, so thankful for. I mean, fortunate for me to have the Startling Megaphone to take away the Fury Belt, so I can one-shot him for 160. So what I did the Escape Rope and then Lysander to override the effect of Flash Ring to knock his Jolteon out. Took 2 prizes. He also Mega Manectric the following turn and knocks my Night March out. And I Lysandered killed it. He killed it again with he used Turbo Ball to kill my Night March, and I promote another Night March again. I think I two-shot, not two-shot though. I believe I attacked with I Night Marched as Mega Manectric for I believe 200 damage, and I believe he retreated it. I didn't have a Lysander, and he Lysander my Shaman to stall, but unfortunately I retreated DC, and I believe Lysander Mega Manectric for a game.
So you managed to take the final round, which is kind of cool when you think about it, because you lost your first 2 losses was fairly early, to be honest. Like you lost in round 1, then again in round 4, and then the next 4 rounds you just won out and made top 16, which is pretty cool. It's not exactly easy to do something like that. So win out the last 4 matches when you already lost the first 2, but then again you are playing a little bit from behind, so you get like less qual. You're not exactly facing against the people who are at the top table, so I guess that's a little. But
I ended day 1 in the top tables, number 8, table number 8. So
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you finished it at seed at 10th seed, correct?
9th seed.
Oh, 9th seed. Oh, was there any X2s that made it in?
No, there was a 503 that made it in.
Oh, okay, so someone essentially that went that X2 because that's the same amount of points, but in a way you did kind of bubble. So, but that's still very impressive, like to lose that early, which I'm guessing Christine made top 8, right?
No, unfortunately she didn't do. I mean, she did pretty well for the first 3 rounds. She was 201.
Oh.
Then I didn't quite pay attention. And then when I checked, pairings online, I thought she would do well, but when I checked the pairings online, the Pokegym pairings and I saw her dropped at round, I believe round 7. She wasn't playing anymore in the tournament.
Wow, I was like when I said earlier that like having her as resistance is pretty good, but like even some of the best players can have rough days, and wow. But did any of the players that beat you or that you played against in general made top 8?
Players that beat me that made top 8?
Yeah.
Drew cannot.
Oh, Drew, he made top 8?
He made top 8 at 2nd seed.
Nice. So if nothing else, you could say one of your only losses that you lost against your 2 losses against a really great player, a world-renowned player, and your other loss was a guy who came in 2nd seed. So that's pretty good. Did he? Mm-hmm. How did he do the rest of the in top 8? Do you know?
Drew, he lost to Tyrantrum.
Ah.
So I don't really know the details of the match. So, but I just know that he lost to Tyrantrum.
That's pretty cool. Coming ninth after having fairly early losses. Run us a little. But is there any deck choices that you wish you did make or did not make going into the States?
I'm sorry, deck choices?
Not deck choices, but is there any cards? My bad. Are there any cards that you wish you added to the deck or did not add to the deck at the last minute? Or any choices looking back that you wish you made or did not make?
I wish I put in a Pokemon catcher or enhanced hammer. I wanted to put an enhanced hammer in, but I didn't actually feel because enhanced hammer can. I don't think enhanced hammer would help me in certain ways. I mean, people could actually play around with it. I mean, for me, enhanced hammer wasn't really important. But if there was one card that I want to put in, it would be Pokemon Catcher for sure.
Yeah, like I noticed like a lot of people have been playing Target Whistle and Pokemon Catcher in the same decks. I've seen some people actually play two of each, or two of Catcher and one Target Whistle, and just one Catcher. I think your list is the first list I've seen that played a Target Whistle but no Catcher, which is a little odd to me. But like you said yourself, you kind of did wish you played it. Was there any cards that you would have taken out for the Catcher?
I would have taken out if I could play catcher. Could have taken out probably, I don't know, probably a Sycamore. I'm just saying, probably Sycamore or something else.
Maybe a Dimension Valley, because I see a lot of people only play
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like I did some test runs with 2 Dimension Valley, one Pokemon Catcher, but you know, I kind of I just went with 2 Lysanders because for me I do know how to play around with 2 Lysanders, so yeah. I mean, I'm much more comfortable with 2 Lysanders than having to risk a Pokemon Catcher. But if I would play Pokemon Catcher, yeah, I could have played a 1/1, but I played 2 because I'm kind of worried about the Trevenant matchup. So that's the reason I played 2 Lysanders and a Pokemon Catcher.
Interesting. So,
Yeah, the 2 Lysanders is pretty much basically for the Trevenant matchup.
so you said you also managed to top 32 California states. Were there any list changes you made going into California from Arizona?
No, but the card for card 100%
All right. So you made top 32 there as well. And how many championship points did you have going into states in general, and how many championship points are you sitting at now?
Currently, I'm sitting at what 6. I'm not doing too well this season. I left a few cities, so I'm at 60 points right now. Nothing to shout about.
Yeah. That's more than what I have, trust me.
Yeah.
But do you feel confident at all making your World's Invite?
I don't know, man. For 60 to 300, I mean, cross fingers if I do well at Utah regionals, and probably if I attend nationals and keep up with the same performance, then there could be hope. And that also with field league challenges. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you just do well a couple more league challenges and do well at regionals or two, and then well nationals. You're fine. That's all you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, if you do end up doing well at regionals or nationals, please hit me up. That's all we have. I think that's all we have for today. Thank you once again for allowing us to sharing your list with us, and of course doing this interview as well. And words, sorry, but yeah, I can't think. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a little tired. Yeah, talking is weird. But anyway, thank you once again, dude, for being on my channel. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing your list. Thank you for everyone who tuned in today. Words. Please like, subscribe, all that silly stuff. I probably should be doing more interviews in the future. And yeah, please like, subscribe. I'll do all this stuff. I shall see you guys again next time.